آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلوده استادیوم
Hello and welcome back, and thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Double D, I have a question.
Sure.
How is it possible that in 2025 we are on the brink of a civil war and World War III? This is crazy to me, and there is a lot of chaos and destruction going around, and it's not just in America now.
I can answer that question in 3 words, Bird. The Democratic Party.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, these people have gone so far left, they don't know what's right anymore.
They sure don't.
I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, and everything that they say about us is everything that they actually are. They say that we're the ones that are dictators and what is that word, fascists and all this stuff, when really they're the ones that portray that. And it seems like it's true that you become what you hate. And if that's what they really hate, they ended up becoming it.
And that means they also hate themselves. And honestly, if I was a Democrat or a left-wing liberal, I would hate myself too.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's what it comes down to, Bird. They are basically projecting their feelings, their anger, and their hate. They're projecting it on us as if we're the hateful ones, as if we're the ones who are looking to do. But I'm telling you what they're doing. They're doing what they did in 1860, brother.
Yeah.
Back in 1859 and 1860, they were doing the same things.
It's crazy.
They have now become the minority. All right. They are no longer the majority. Isn't it funny? They're all waving American flags again. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they act like they're all pro-America, but they want all this.
Yeah.
They want to bring all these illegal immigrants in just so they can raise their numbers of constituents they get, or I'm sorry, not constituents, the number of people they get to hold seats.
You were right. Voting constituents. That's what they're trying to do.
That's what it is.
You were actually right. Yeah. And dude, and now that America is rejecting this whole premise and America is rejecting the whole idea of democracy. First of all, we're a constitutional republic. I just want to reiterate that.
Yes, we are a constitutional republic.
And I understand that most of our audience probably they all recognize that we're a constitutional republic.
Right.
The best thing about a constitutional republic is it still protects the right of the minority and the individual. A democracy is majority takes all. And guess what that means? That means you have half a country, or at least a little bit less than half, that has no rights or liberties because the majority says they can't. Now, if they really want to be a democracy, we can easily be a democracy.
Seriously,
we could ditch the constitutional republic.
Okay.
But guess what? They will still be in the minority.
Right.
And it will be a majority rule of Republican right wing. So they ought to be careful what they wish for, because sometimes you get what you ask for.
You know what? I think that they are wishing for this, and we have some proof right here. This was in 2024. Jamie Ratskin. Let's call it. I think that's a proper name for him, Jamie Ratskin.
Yeah, Jamie Ratskin. I like it.
Jamie Ratskin. The name fits the rat.
It does.
So he was already threatening.
And he looks like a rat too. Look at him. He's got the face of a rat.
Right. And he was already
Look at that.
He was already threatening a civil war in 2024. Just listen to him.
Yes, he was.
Well, last night I was most worried about the Supreme Court's prospective imminent abdication of its very clear duty to disqualify Donald Trump from the ballot under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, and what that might mean if their decision says that it's really up to Congress on January 5th or January 6th, 2025, to disqualify him at the counting of the Electoral College votes, which really could lead to something akin to civil war, if that's what the suggestion is, which is what I think I heard when I went to the oral argument, that they themselves were unwilling to rule whether or not the Colorado Supreme Court was correct in finding that he had engaged in insurrection on January 6, 2021. So, but that.
Here's my thing with that whole insurrection shit. We don't have to get into that too much, but
No.
how can somebody be in trouble for an insurrection when they weren't charged for an insurrection? Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, because Jamie Raskin's he's a fool, dude.
Like,
I mean, he really. You know what the problem with Jamie Raskin is?
Yeah.
If he kept his mouth shut,
Yeah.
we would still all think he's an idiot.
Right.
But
now he just looks like an
unfortunately-
idiot with cheese in his mouth.
Well, now he opens up his mouth and proves us right.
Right. It's like we could say, well, this guy kind of seems like he's an idiot, but maybe he's not. But then as soon as he starts saying shit, it's like, bro, why are you even talking? What is the point? These people literally tell you what they're going to do. Right here's the proof. Look at this. Look at all
Before you start that, I want to quote Abraham Lincoln, actually.
Yeah.
Because, since Abraham Lincoln obviously is, he was the first one to be in this situation. And he said it was better for a fool to remain quiet, or it was better for a fool to remain quiet and let those think that he's a fool than to open up his mouth and prove them correct.
Exactly.
It's something like that. But that's what Raskins is. He's a fool who has proven.
He's foolish.
He has every word, every time he opens his mouth, he proves us correct.
Right. And right here, look at this proof. This is it right here. This is
Yes.
literally on the brinks of a civil war.
Unbelievable.
Look at this. Bro, this is like a sea of people.
It's a sea of fools. And look how loud and vocal they are, only proving us correct.
Do these people really want civil war that bad?
I don't think they understand what they're asking for, but Tony here, he tells the truth right here, man. Tony here knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, let's
that creates fear will even get on purpose, turning its constituents. So let's call a spade a spade. The Democratic Party is turning its constituents into terrorists.
Yeah,
and they're doing it on purpose.
Right there was the proof. We just seen it. All the riots going on in California right now are literally the proof of what this guy is talking about.
Yes, they are, dude. It is absolute proof. And Tony here, he's a smart man, dude. And he's calling it like he sees it.
Right.
And he's just an ordinary citizen who's just speaking his mind on TikTok.
Exactly.
Is there more to it? Or
yeah.
The constant rhetoric that creates fear will eventually turn into hate, which we already see. And if that hate is allowed to fester long enough, it will turn into desperation, which then leads into violence. What I'm saying is eventually all of the Democratic supporters will get to a point where they feel like the unaliving of Trump, the cabinet, and all of their supporters will be the saving of America. And the Democratic Party knows that if they continue to spread fear and confusion and chaos, that their constituents will eventually become chaotic.
Yep.
They will become rioters. They will become terrorists. And we're seeing that more and more each day. This is what they want. People like Harry Sisson and Aaron Parnes are being paid to turn the Democratic supporters into terrorists.
Seriously,
he's absolutely
bro.
right, man.
These kids are pathetic.
I hate Harry Sisson, by the way. I can't stand that dude.
These kids are pathetic. This guy is absolutely 1,000% spot on. Everything he said is absolutely correct. The Democratic Party is satanic. It is evil, it is pathetic, and it is anti-American. If you don't understand that by now, then you really need to get your head checked, because it's the writings are on the wall. Everything that's going on between all these riots, all the looting, all the summer of love with George Floyd, all the bullshit that's been happening, it's all propaganda created by the Democratic Party.
Oh, and the left-wing organizations funded by George Soros, and now Christy Walton. She's responsible for the No Kings riots, dude. All those riots. Yeah. I mean, in those 3 cities where those riots occurred, that's on Christy Walton's watch. Yep. Christy Walton.
Yep. Walmart.
We need to boycott Walmart.
Right.
And their products are junk anyway. So you know what? I mean,
here's the crazy thing.
It's time to boycott Walmart.
When I said something about it, my one friend was like, you know what, a quick Google search and people would know who was doing all this, and they would know that this is the owner of Walmart doing all this.
She's definitely got it. She's definitely got her hands in it. You know, and the thing about it is the Walton family, they're not like that as a family. This is a woman who married into the family. Her husband dies, and now she's using his money to fund her own personal liberal war against the country. Well, I say, fuck Walmart. Seriously.
At some point, they will feel like the unaliving of MAGA, of anybody who supports Trump, would be a positive thing for America.
How though?
This is where they're going. This is how demented this party is. The Democratic Party is America's Hamas. God bless.
God bless you, Tony. God bless you, Tony. He is right on, man.
Oh, man. And
Tony is right on. And I guess you got Caitlin here. She's going to show us the real libtards at work here, aren't she?
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because, like, I just want to say that they're back. The 2019, 2018, 2020 libtards of the Democratic Party are officially back. And they might even be worse than ever, bro. This is getting crazy. I love these videos, and she's been doing a lot of videos lately, and everyone seemed to have, cool temperaments. They have the conversations, they talk, but now with all the ICE raids going on, with all the rioting, all the looting, all the bullshit, they came back out of the woodwork.
I do want to point one thing out before we start this, because, the gun girl is one of my faves. I mean, I've been following her since her Kent State days. But I got to point out, there are no hot chicks left in the Liberal Party. Have you noticed that? All the hot chicks have left and gone MAGA. Yeah. Why? Because they know that making America great is a positive thing. But when you have ugly people without jobs and their only job is to get paid to protest, this is what you end up with, man.
Yeah, we're gonna show you.
I'm no Prince Charming.
Right.
I get that. All right, I'm not. I have a face made for radio. I get it.
Yep.
But
me too.
but seriously, where did all the hot girls go, man? I'll tell you where they went. They went MAGA.
Yep.
So go ahead, let that clip roll, Bird.
Yeah,
if you want.
Let's watch these. I don't even know what they call lunatics, psychopaths.
Left-wing, psychopath, lunatics. I mean, pretty much any name that you could pull out of a psychological dictionary would probably describe these fuckos.
Do you think that these people deserve their own personal insane asylum?
I mean,
like just for these type of people with like the TDS and the anti-American,
I've told you, dude, my suggestion is instead of building a wall down in Mexico, we should build a rubber wall around California and send all the lunatics there.
I'm with it.
You know what
I mean?
Okay. Shame. I'm not going to lie, that kind of hurt my ears a little.
It did a little bit. I mean, that's what you're going to get, though, when you're filming the female bus drivers of the month.
Shame!
Wow.
There's one hot chick. There's one.
Can you go away? We don't want you to be here. And you're really evil and mean. How am I evil?
I can't stand
really
these ones.
evil and you're
I can't
mean.
stand these ones. These ones just say the most stupidest shit. They don't have nothing to say, so they just say whatever comes out of their mouth. They have no sign of intelligence in them anywhere at all.
Yeah, I mean, I miss the days where you could just stick a dick in a fat girl's mouth and she was happy.
You're racist. How am I racist? You're a white supremacist. How? What do you mean how?
Your beliefs anger us.
Look at this chick. Look at this lesbian.
I know, look at that lesbo, yeah, right there.
Simple as that.
He cut his balls off a long time ago.
If he ever even had any.
Orlando, Florida at the No Kings protest. They were big mad.
I am very surprised that this is happening in Florida. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to
Well,
also.
it's Orlando.
I was going to
It's
say
Orlando.
that was my next point. I'm not going to lie. I'm not surprised that it's in Orlando though.
Yeah, San Francisco, Orlando, and Lakewood. And I'm serious.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 highest gay populations in the United
Yeah.
States.
Isn't Atlanta up there with it too? We're like number
And so is
top 5.
Austin. So is Austin, Texas, too.
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
but yeah, Atlanta, Georgia has a huge gay. And look, I have no problem with gay people, man. You can play tennis with a gay person. I have no problem with gay people. But
I don't agree with it personally. But I'm also
Right.
a I'm a live and let live type of person.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't have to answer for God at the end of my life for you. I only have to answer for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with, I mean, dude, to each his own, love who you want to love. But this ain't love. This is not, by any definition of the word, is this love. This is hate. This is anger. And quite frankly, it's just idiotic dumbfuckery. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And little old
It's just-
me, so let's
Idiotic is
see what they're so
idiotic.
upset about today.
I miss these though. These are my favorite videos.
I like the music.
Yeah.
Are you gonna follow me?
I am.
And do what?
Psycho.
Just let people know that you're Miss Poopy Pants.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I love how
Poopy pants.
I love how
Just
Caitlyn
to
just
let you-
owns that. You never heard about that?
No,
That-
no.
that-
What's-
that's
what's
one
the-
thing. That's one thing. A lot of people say in her videos that she was at a party at Kent State and she shit herself. So she just she plays into it for him and makes them look stupid when they do it, when they talk about it now.
I was always wondering what the hell that was about, the Miss
Yeah,
Poopy pants.
like people were I remember watching the one she was at OU and people were throwing rolls of toilet paper at her and shit, and she's like, "Oh, thanks,"
Yeah.
just taking it and keeping it.
I'm pretty
Hey,
well known.
own it.
Okay,
Right.
so I don't think you have to warn them, but if you want to be my free marketing team today, you sign up. I'm not paying you. So I got a free marketing team with me today. Let's keep going. Your
I
sign
love
is very
Caitlyn. Me
interesting.
too.
Abort this presidency in its second term.
Pathetic.
I'm 15. Please go away.
Yeah, just keep on.
The fact that a 15-year-old out there is just showing how far gone that this party is.
Oh, dude, they have become the party of pervs, dude.
So
I mean, it's just
weird.
gone too far. I mean, dude, you notice the lesbian and gay community, they've been separating themselves from the trans community and from the whole LGBTQRASTUVYXYZ.
Yeah,
They've been trying to.
I call it the LGBTQ STD AIDS.
Well, let's just call it what Brandon calls it. He calls it the alphabet people.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They really are. The lesbian and gay community has been kind of trying to separate themselves, especially the lesbian Gen X and lesbian gay and Gen X gay community. They've been really trying to separate themselves from this lunacy.
Yeah.
So I don't want our audience to think we're making this a gay and straight thing, because it's really not. This is a left and right, a lunatic versus normal, common sense versus no sense, and these people have no sense.
That's pretty disgusting. Abort this presidency in the second term. That is actually super vulgar. Hi, your outfit is very interesting. I have one of these. I actually thought about wearing it today, but I decided not to. What does it represent, especially with the baby?
Smart. I wouldn't even say anything. She's worse than Jacob Ingalls. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Lunatics.
Yeah. Worse than Jacob Ingalls. Oh, I know who it is. This is your pants girl. Yes, pants girl. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Why did her eyes just light up like that? Like she was went into super psycho mode for a split second.
I don't know, but I wonder if she realizes she's still pretty fucking ugly, and even in The Handmaid's Tale. I'll tell you what, I've watched The Handmaid's Tales. All them girls are hot.
Would you like to explain yourself, or are you just going to look goofy out there with the fake baby?
Not any more goofy than you.
Really?
Keep it moving.
Really? So what they're doing here is they're acting like they live in this nation called Gilead, where people are rounding up fertile women and forcing them to get pregnant against their will, raping them, and then they take their babies. You do not really believe that's what's happening, right? You're shaking.
Yes.
Are you a little nervous?
No, because I'm about to move you.
You're about to move me. That'll be a bad day for you.
That's right.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You think you're gonna touch me? Yeah, right. What is a man? What is a
You know what I want to know? How come she's not driving? Why is she not driving her truck across country? I mean, they're always talking about how food prices are going up or whatever. I mean, they're obviously truck drivers. I mean, look at these women. Because you know damn well ain't nobody raping these girls.
Nope.
Ain't nobody raping these girls.
Look at this one. She's mad.
I can't even. She is definitely angry. Her face is red. I can't think of one single Trende Aragua or MS-13 that would be raping any one of these chicks.
Oh my
sorry.
God.
No, my God, these girls are unrapeable.
woman?
No, you tell me.
You don't know what a woman is?
You tell me.
I didn't know I'd have to educate these people on basic biology today.
Because you got trespassed from Munn Park and can't go to Lakeland.
Oh, this person subscribed and notified on my YouTube channel with that subscription. If you don't know what she's talking about, go into my my videos and find that the Democrats banned me from a farmer's market, and it wasn't Munn Park, it was the farmer's market in Lakeland, Florida. But she's a subscriber. You probably even donate to me on Patreon to support my work and keep my security coming out here. That's fun. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it.
It's great.
I love it.
That's great.
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go.
It's his birthday today.
She had to throw that in right there.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget when you're putting this video together, don't forget to bleep out the grape words.
Oh, I don't think it matters anymore.
Oh, it don't?
I mean,
Well, then
she
fuck
didn't
it
bleep
then.
it out.
You're right. She didn't. She didn't.
Birthday
bleep it. You're right.
message.
I hope you don't have another one.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
would prefer him to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you like him to
Evil.
die?
Shock job.
Yeah, she's a strong woman. She could talk to people who disagree.
She absolutely can if she
Yeah.
wants to, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to let her know that you're going to put her face out there. So
Yeah, she's in public. She knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you to white knight for these women out here. They're strong
White
enough without
knight.
you, but thank you very much. So you would prefer for him to die.
Killed her.
With natural causes, of course. I mean, he's getting old.
So you want JD Vance to be your president.
I do.
It doesn't matter if you prefer it not to happen. That's literally what happens if Trump passes away. You fucking dingbat. This is what's wrong with these fucking idiots. They don't have any common sense. They say the stupidest shit and then don't realize any of the repercussions of what could happen from that.
Yeah, because dude, they're dumb. I mean, first of all, they're at a rally that was basically officiated by a woman named Randy Weingarten, who does look like a man, by the way.
Yeah.
I think she's lying. I don't believe she's a woman. I mean, she can't tell me what a woman is. So
What's her name?
why should I believe that she is one?
What's her name?
And Christy Walton.
Yeah.
Who basically looks like a hippie that fell out of a movie from the 1970s.
What
she
was
looks
the
like she belongs in a 1970s porn. Seriously.
What was the first chick's name?
Oh, Randy Weingarten. She's the president of the National Teachers Union.
Oh, okay.
That's why we can't get rid of her, because the teachers union, they vote their own president. So they really literally found the most manliest looking, lesbian looking, manliest looking woman they could possibly find. All right. And they made her their president. Why? Because she wasn't a very good teacher or a very good professor. So they're like, hey, we got to get her out of the classroom because she sucks. but she doesn't know when to shut her mouth, which is perfect for a union leader.
And for the Democratic Party, because they just all they do is talk.
Yeah, they talk a lot of shit and make no sense. That's where they're at, man. What are you gonna do?
I want to
Would
get
he
out of
have
this
to die
timeline, but I'm kind of done talking to you. But
Why so? You're just wishing death on the president and hoping that all of the administration dies. You should keep going.
I didn't say
I think
everybody.
she could.
Okay.
But I'm done.
Just
I don't like that this chick is wearing this hat.
No, she should be wearing the communist hat. That's what she is.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, well, what is this? All of a sudden, they're using the dude for 8 years. They haven't pulled out. For 8 years, they said the flag offends them.
Yeah,
For 8 years, all I've heard is how the American flag offends them.
Because
it's the flag of fascism. It's the flag of racism. It's the flag of white supremacy. Now this crazy bitch is wearing it on her head.
Well, it's because they're NPCs and they're literally told what to do. So if they're told that, hey, the Republican Party is actually anti-American, the conservatives are actually anti-American, make sure you wear your American flag, they're going to go do it like good little puppets. Whereas us, we just do it naturally.
Yeah, dude, I love that flag.
Right.
I love that flag. I bet she couldn't even tell you what the stars and stripes actually represent.
Right.
She can't tell you. She can't tell you what those stars represent.
She
can't tell
she'll
you. What
probably say
those
this one
stripes
represents fascism. This one represents slavery. This one represents racism.
But yet she's wearing it on her freaking head. And where did she get those sunglasses? Those are hideous.
I can't stand this lady.
Trump, but not JD Vance.
He's old. It's his time.
Don't touch me.
Yes!
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
What's your sign say?
Oh, you can't read?
Never again. Killed by. Oh, okay. So this is. Okay, I see that.
Do you know who this is?
Yep.
Who is it?
Anne Frank.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know her though. Tell me about her.
Her name is Hind Rajab. She was killed by the IDF.
That's wrong.
Yes, most definitely.
Does the back of your sign say anything? No one is illegal on stolen land. Okay, who?
And where is she from?
Who knows? Probably somewhere stolen land.
Yeah.
So here's what these idiots don't realize, bro. All land was stolen at one point.
Well, not only that, but land is also inherited by the next generation.
Right.
I mean, unless she plans on living to be, I don't know, for eternity.
Yeah.
The land is really just rented, no matter who you are.
All land,
and I'm
all
so
land,
sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of them talking about how the natives owned the land first. They didn't own anything. That was the native way. The native way was the land was owned by nature. The land was owned by God.
Right.
And you know what? Ultimately, when you die and you pass on, the state takes your land anyway.
Right.
And guess what? God don't even get it back in that situation.
Right.
Just falls in the hands of communists like this crazy bitch.
Who did we steal it from?
The indigenous population.
Okay. Who did they steal it from?
They were here for thousands of years. They were the caretakers of this land for
But
thousands
specifically,
of years.
which tribe? Because there were a lot of different
There were
tribes.
many different tribes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
There were many
which
tribes.
tribe does this land belong to?
This one here, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, the history has been erased, so I wasn't taught that in school.
On a real note, why do
She
you have
wasn't?
zip ties?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
do the
Answer
police
that
use zip-
question, Bird. Bird, I can answer that question for her. First of all,
Seminole?
the Seminoles, the Seminole tribes were the tribes that were there when the Spanish, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, and the Cubans were stealing the land from the Seminoles. They always forget about that part.
Yeah, no. Just like everything, the whole history of slavery we've all been taught is basically a lie. It's not a complete lie, but there's a lot more to it than just that. Like, they don't tell us how there was so many black slave owners back in the days. How the first time ever that there was a lifelong black slave was because a black slave owner thought this slave was such a good slave, he took him to court and sued him and won. We don't learn things like that because they want to.
Dred Scott.
They try to teach
Dred
us.
Scott.
They try to teach us things to divide us and make us hate each other more and more instead of just giving us the raw facts.
Yeah, Dred Scott sued and took all the way up to the Supreme Court to get freedom back from a black man who owned him.
Yeah, and I believe the slave owner, his name was Anthony Johnson, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. They don't want to teach us real history.
He was also originally, I believe, an English citizen too.
Right.
The owner.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm not fully 100% sure on that, but I believe he was an English citizen originally.
Yeah.
People sometimes.
Well, like I said, we have our safe word. We want to make sure everyone stays safe. So whenever we go back home together, and we'll have some fun.
Shouldn't you just keep that in your bedroom?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But who knows? Someone else might want to join.
Okay. So do you plan on arresting anybody with those?
Just him.
So you look like you're ready for things to go down.
If we're going to civil war with these people, shit, sign me up.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy one.
These people are not civil war ready. They're not nothing ready. They're not ready for nothing.
Dude, these guys couldn't even beat their ways out of a booth at Denny's. Are you kidding me?
They couldn't fight their way. They couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag.
Especially this guy, man. He looks like he spends a lot of time at Denny's.
You got the mask on in case of tear gas?
Just to get the wind out of my eyes.
Oh, okay. All right. If you're prepared for things to go down and you're prepared for to hit the fan, why don't you just say that? You're prepared.
Well, prepared for nothing.
Oh, okay.
Because everything's just going to remain this way.
How are you? I don't want to be on camera. You're in public at a protest.
We don't talk to fascists, I'm sorry.
Oh.
We don't talk to fascists.
Well, you can talk to me. I'm not a fascist.
No, you support them, so we're not talking.
What is fascism?
We don't talk to you.
What is fascism?
You can't explain it because he's too damn stupid. He doesn't know what the fuck fascism is. He can't even spell fascism, dude. That guy couldn't even spell it. I doubt he could count to 13.
You guys don't know what fascism is?
Counting.
He could count to He could count to MS-13.
That's about it. Yeah, MS-13. Little trend day arrival going on.
Do you know what
over
fascism
here.
is?
All we know is that we pooped yourself at a party.
That's all you know.
Did she just say we pooped yourself? Or I swear these people get on camera and start to get flustered and they say shit and don't realize it. I swear she just said we pooped your pants. Let's rewind that just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. Let's see.
That you pooped yourself at a party.
Do you know what fascism is? Do you know what fascism is?
All we know is that we pooped yourself at a party.
No,
you're right. She did say we.
She did say
Holy
we.
shit.
She said
was that you pooped yourself at a party.
Yeah, all right, libtard. Good job. Proving us right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you know. Yeah, I see that a lot here today.
We don't talk to people who support fascism.
Okay, listen to the man. He says don't talk to me. Your man is telling you don't talk to me. Listen to him.
She doesn't want to talk, so can you please
We
go away?
don't talk to people who support fascism.
She doesn't want to talk, so can you please walk away?
She does want to talk. She wants her shirt on the camera.
Actually, record it. Record it. You got it. Now all you can.
Why are you wearing that shirt?
Why'd you yourself at that college party?
I really had to go. Why are you wearing
I really had to go.
Dice shirt?
All right, she's done talking. Bye.
Can you defend your position?
No, we don't want to talk.
No, you can't. Okay, all right. Thanks for being honest. I have seen more Mexican flags here today than any pride flags.
I call bullshit.
I haven't seen one pride flag.
Look at this. Look at this
there it
unhinged lunatic.
Yeah, that
Can
guy.
you count the number of Mexican flags versus pride
I don't know.
flags?
Let's see.
I probably could, but I.
Oh, wow. Look at them wrinkles. Oh, man.
Oh, that is a woman.
Hey, I'll guarantee she's like 40 years old and just completely stressed out over Donald Trump.
Now, if you ask me to say, if somebody says to me, what is a woman, and they point to her, I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
Pride Month, and there are more Mexican flags than pride flags.
Well, so what?
I think what's happening here is that pride is being pushed to the side for a different group of people during Pride
There's
Month.
all different types of groups here. Look, if you had a sign and you put all the issues on them, both of those would probably be on there, along with all the other problems that we have. So let's not try to break this down and split people between pride, Mexican, state flag, Trump, whatever.
The Mexican culture probably would not be too kind to people who wave the pride flag either, and that's what's really ironic.
Not as a whole. Mexicans do not feel that way as a whole.
It's Trump.
All I know is she's got a hole in it. She needs to fill it with something because it talks too much.
It's birthday. Do you want to give him a happy birthday message?
Thank you.
Are you Caitlin? No.
Are you Caitlin?
No.
Look at how unhinged. Look at why is it? Here's my thing, Double D. Hold on. Listen. Here's my thing, Double D. Why is it the liberal women are more masculine than the liberal men? Why?
Well, that's what happens when you raise boys to believe they should cut off their dicks.
This is fucking crazy. These women have more balls than any of these guys do.
Think about it. This is their warrior right there.
I'm sorry. You look just like someone I know.
Oh. Who is she?
Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drum, there is a world about to start when tomorrow comes.
Well,
these people are fucking unhinged, bro.
I think we get the idea. These people are nuts, dude.
Just wait. We're not done. We're not done. We're gonna watch a little bit more of this.
What is wrong with these people, man?
Oh, very good, very good.
No guacamole for Trump!
Mr. Taco Man, no guacamole. Is that his birthday message? It's his birthday today.
I hear a birdie flying somewhere. What is happening right now?
He thinks my voice is so beautiful. It's like a beautiful bird song. That's sweet.
No. We're good. We're good.
You don't want me to film your face?
No.
Why not?
Because he's ugly.
Yeah. Why would you not want your face to be filmed in public at a protest with thousands of people here?
He's probably a drug dealer.
Or a fucking pathetic loser who doesn't believe anything. Or he doesn't believe anything that he's saying, so he doesn't want to be seen.
No, hell no. He's probably belongs to MS-13. He's been trafficking 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds for the last 5 years. He's probably on FBI's wanted list. That's why he's covering his
possibly.
face.
We're saying possibly.
Yeah, but then again, he might be a little too effeminate to be an MS-13.
Yeah.
But then again, he could be a jailhouse girlfriend or something.
It's funny, they all dress the same when they don't want to be identified, and they look like they're ready for some sort of riot,
yeah, he's
but they're in
definitely
Florida.
a jailhouse girlfriend.
That's not allowed here. Hi, I like your ears and your tail. That's beautiful. What are you doing with your necklace? What's your necklace?
It's a pentagram. I believe that's the one I
That's
have on.
a boy?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you do with
Is that a
pentagrams?
dude?
I just like them.
What do they represent?
Is that a boy? Or is that a girl?
It's a he, her.
He, her, they, them?
He, her, she, him. She is him, he is her.
Yeah. My pronouns are fuck, off, and die.
Satan.
How am I a Nazi?
Nazi and no one likes you.
How am I a Nazi? Back up. How am I a Nazi? How am I a Nazi? Back yourself up. They have no clue. Okay, yelling into a board. Someone's calling me a Nazi. Do I look like a Nazi? No. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can't tell what anyone is a Nazi or not by the way they look.
Yeah. Do you think a communist is as bad as a Nazi?
Oh my goodness. That's a trick question.
Do you think they're equally as bad?
Communism.
How's that a trick question?
How is that a trick question? I'll tell you this, though. I know for one fact, I do know a historical fact about the communists. They killed 5 more million people than the Nazis did.
Ooh, that's
but
crazy.
between the two of them, they managed to wipe out almost 20 million people, though, in the course of about 50 years. So
we get
as far
the
as I'm
gist.
concerned, both of them are the enemies of the human race. So
we get the gist of these communists, these leftist
wing Democrats.
I don't even know what to call them anymore.
Why don't we just call them what they are? A bunch of dipshits. They're a bunch of dipshits with a D behind their name.
Now let's get on to a little more. I mean, that's serious, but this is a little more serious.
Yeah.
We're on the brink of possible World War III, and Donald Trump told Iran to come to the table with a deal so we can make sure that we keep this world peace going. And he warned them a couple weeks ago about this to make sure that they come to it with a firm deal that is beneficial for everybody. I mean, we can hear it right here.
that conflict with Iran can be avoided?
Well, I'd love to avoid the conflict. Iran's going to have to negotiate a little bit tougher, meaning they're going to have to give us some things that they're not willing to give us right now. I'm the last person. I've kept us out of wars. We defeated ISIS completely, 100%. And I haven't had it's peace through strength. I believe in peace through strength. We're the greatest military in the world.
My other question about the Middle East. As the Israelis apparently gear up for some kind of an attack, possible attack on Iran, are you trying to talk Netanyahu out of doing that, or are you so against Iran having a nuclear weapon that you're okay, he does his thing because it is not an American?
Yeah, it's a very fair question. Look, I want to have an agreement with Iran.
You know, and I here's the thing I love about Trump, right? He'll take a question like that, and some people could take that as like a negative question and be like, "Oh, don't talk about me like that. Don't assume that I'm this and that." But Trump's like, "That's a good question. That's the right question, honestly, to ask." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and Trump realizes
actually
that.
a good question. It was a good.
I love
it was a
Peter
good, serious
Ducey.
question.
I love Peter Ducey. He has,
Peter Ducey is a great journalist.
no
man.
matter
He
who
really
it is, he asks all the right questions.
He does, and he asks the hard questions, and
even to Trump.
Even the Trump, yeah, he doesn't cut him any slack, man. He's right there. That's what Ducey does, and he's good at it. He's really is. He's good at it. I got nothing but
We're
respect.
fairly close to an agreement. We are fairly close to a pretty good agreement. It's got to be better than pretty good, though. But it's got to be. I'd much prefer an agreement. As long as I think there is an agreement, I don't want them going in because I think that would blow it. Might help it, actually, but it also could blow it. But we've had very good discussions with Iran. Whether or not we get there, I can't tell you, but it'll happen soon. I say this, Peter, very strongly. They can't have, whether it's going in or not going in, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I'd prefer the more friendly path.
I agree.
I 1,000% agree with that. I do prefer the more friendly path, 1,000%.
He's absolutely right, man. There's this. I mean, but you know, it doesn't always work out that way. But for right now, if that's the objective, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You. Servicemen and women who are stationed in the Middle East.
They didn't tell me anything, but I said, look, there's a chance of massive conflict. We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out.
Yeah.
Because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning and missiles are flying into their buildings. It's possible. So I had to do it. I had the choice. Do I do it or not? Doing it has its downside, but it also has its upside. Like, you're going to save a lot of lives.
Right.
If it should happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Moments ago.
So Trump warned it, right? And then this happens.
Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes.
I'm sorry, I don't trust Netanyahu that much. I'm sorry. I don't trust him that much. I don't trust him. I don't care if Jewish people are the chosen people. That doesn't mean that they all are.
Yeah, Bibi, I used to be a huge Netanyahu supporter. I've always
It seems like he's just a warmonger.
He's making it really hard to defend him these days, and it's really sad because I really thought that he was a good leader over there. I thought he was a good leader of the Jewish people.
And then it seems like as soon as Joe Biden came into office, like he turned into a complete warmonger.
And maybe that's a result of Joe Biden's, passivity too. I mean, that
is true. Well, let's say it. Let's call it what it is. Joe Biden, actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, Jill was running the country, and unfortunately, so was their. I hate to say it, but I think their cokehead son was too. I mean, it is what it is.
He might have been doing
Hunter. I mean, dude, the tweaker was in the Oval Office. It is what it is.
To remove this threat, for decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs.
I still don't agree with them attacking them in the first place. I don't agree with it. I think he should have left it alone and let Trump try and settle it through peace.
Yeah, I think he should have went the
peace
he
route.
He definitely should have took the peace route.
Right.
Yeah, he should have.
He's definitely a warmonger.
He should have let Trump go on with arbitration and trying to, negotiate a peace deal. And obviously Netanyahu's making that very difficult right now.
And unfortunately, we ended up with this.
Yeah.
It's multiple Sudan.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard.
So
it's going to be really difficult to negotiate peace as long as they keep
as long as they
dropping
keep,
bombs
if they're just going to constantly drone strike each other. Yeah, man, it's nothing good is going to come of this, bro. Like, seriously.
I mean, negotiation only happens if people are willing to sit at the table and do it. Like I said, you got to have some kind of arbitration, some kind of sit down and see what you can work out, man. And otherwise, this is what's going to be. This is going to be the reality.
Right. So then, I don't. This might be the one where they intercepted the drone strikes. Oh no, this was Tel Aviv. Yeah. So this is Iran striking back at Israel at Tel Aviv, and we were helping intercept some of the drone strikes.
Right.
Which I'm fine with. I don't want to see nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish, like I said, I wish Netanyahu would just chill out and let Trump come to the table and negotiate the peace way.
I hate to say it, but I think the only way we're going to see that happen is if Netanyahu is voted out of office in 25. Or 26. I mean, I think they have an election coming real soon.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the only way. The Israeli people are going to have to vote him out.
They're going to end up not being able to vote him, though, because they're in the middle of a war.
I was just going to say that, Israel does have a policy where they can, just like Zelensky did over in Ukraine. We don't have that policy in the United States. If we're at war,
if martial law's in play, our president can stay in power forever.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware.
So.
I mean, I'm aware of martial law. I mean, I thought martial law referred more to civil and domestic than it did.
I thought if we were in the middle of a war, they could serve a third term.
No. As far as I know, they cannot. Now, here's what I do know here's what I do know, though. There's never been an American president voted out during a war.
Right.
During a major war.
Right.
That's never happened. It's never. And Roosevelt, the reason Roosevelt got elected 4 times is because we were, by his third term, we were in World War I or World War II.
Right.
And yes, presidents do not get voted out of office.
Okay.
Yeah. But we, unlike Zelensky, unlike Israel, they do have those policies where, they can declare a martial, law, I guess would be the best thing to compare it to.
Right.
So where they can be like, well, we're at war, so we can postpone this election. And Zelensky's done that twice now.
Crazy. So now
and Bibi can do it. He can do it too.
Yeah.
So, and
this is wild, bro. Like, this is doing nothing good for anything. And then, dude, this is wild right here. This is like, listen, I'm not for war, but I'm going to say this. The pager shit that Bibi Netanyahu did, that was some gangster shit.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Right? This right here, bombing somebody while they're on live television, this is some gangster shit right here.
آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلود استادیوم.
Bro, legit gangster shit.
Yeah, that shit makes MS-13 look like a bunch of children, man. That's like
seriously. It's
wow. that was like old Italian mobster shit.
No, for
right
real.
there, dude.
That's like some shit you would see on like a Batman movie or something.
Or in Goodfellas.
Or like an old school gangster movie for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's old school Italian gangster shit right there, man. When they blow it up, they blow your building up while you're having a
think about it, like
having a corporate meeting and shit.
Right, you're literally having a meeting on television. They know where you're at, so they know where the station's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like it's some gangster shit for real.
That was total gangster shit, man. That was wild, bro.
I'm not mad. I mean, listen, me personally, how I feel about the war, let them do what they want. I'm all about America. So if they want
America first.
If they want to go to war with each other and let's say wipe out half of each other's population,
wipe each other off the map.
That's on them, bro. I don't want no parts in it. I'm sorry. I don't care if Israel is our ally. I don't care who our allies are. That doesn't mean that you need to support and defend them every single time just because they want to start a little war.
Now, this is a little more than a little war now, too. This is starting to expand.
Right. I mean, what? Palestine, now Iran.
I mean, well, Gaza, because there really is no country called Palestine. It's the Palestinian people who really were Jordanians 100-something years ago.
Right.
They were Jordanians, Egyptians, Lebanese, and Iraqis and Iranians, but they were basically the dregs of those societies that kicked them out, essentially.
It's crazy, bro.
I mean, that's why I keep hearing, well, Palestine is a country. No, there's never been a country called Palestine. I'm sorry, Democrats, but there's never been. Check your history books, read your dictionary, pull whatever you got to pull up out of your ass and read it, because the truth be told,
right,
the only state that has been created is Israel, and that was in 1946.
Yeah.
So, but Israel has a 5,000-year history in that area.
No,
but then again, so do the so do the Palestinians.
Yeah.
They have probably they have a Semitic history there too.
Right.
But so do the Christians for the last 2,000 years, by the way.
So Netanyahu chimes in on a few things.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat.
Such a warmonger.
For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction.
I mean,
they backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons.
And he's right about that too. He's right about that.
Listen, I agree with them not having nuclear weapons, but I don't agree with how they're going about it, personally.
It is getting a little out of hand.
It's getting out of hand. Listen,
I agree with you there, Bird.
Here's how out of hand it's getting, Double D. Putin's stepping in now, and he's about to give nuclear bombs to Iran just to say fuck you to everybody else. Now, I will say this. After reading that, I could see it from that perspective, giving them just to hold off Israel from constantly attacking and get a peace deal going. But I don't agree giving it to Iran. I just don't agree.
It's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black in this case, though, because here you got a guy who's not willing to sit. I mean, well, he was originally willing to sit down with Zelensky, but all that's been thrown in the bad. They threw the baby out with the bathwater on that one.
Yeah,
so.
they did.
But dude, is it just me or do both of them look crazy?
Lunatics,
I mean, they both look like psycho sociopaths.
They really do.
I mean, honestly, dude, if you put Jeffrey Dahmer, who's the other one? The one from Chicago, the one who used to dress like a clown. What was that dude's name again?
Lori Lightfoot.
Her too. Yeah, she definitely. Anyway, yeah, John Wayne Gacy. But no, dude, if you put a picture of John Wayne Gacy, Dahmer, and frickin' Jack the Ripper behind him, you would have 5 psychopaths in one picture.
Crazy.
Throw in Lori Lightfoot, and you've got 6. That was funny.
That's great. Here's my thing, right? Why does Putin feel like he has to get involved, though?
Because Putin wants a World War II. He wants it also, man.
He loves power.
Oh, dude, he is so drunk with power. And honestly, I think Putin's dying. I think he has cancer, dude. And like, there's been rumors about that. And I think his last legacy is to bring the world, if not to the brink of World War III, you know, he wants to bring it. He wants it, dude. He wants it just as bad as Netanyahu. He wants it, and Zelensky. He wants it just as bad as, you know, the rest of them. And unfortunately, I see Donald Trump being stuck in the middle of this and trying to navigate his way through very, very fiery waters. And I'm not sure it's going to work.
We'll see. You know, I mean, listen, only time can tell.
I believe in Trump's ability and his art of the deal, but
it doesn't mean that everybody's going to fall into it.
And this ain't all economics anymore.
No, this is now war.
But he has. I do want to say one thing. He's got the right idea about one thing. He's hoping to negotiate an economic deal with Iran in hopes that their pursuit of wealth and prosperity will outweigh their pursuit of crazy.
Yeah.
But let's see how it goes, I guess.
Over the past few days, Putin has held a number of important international telephone conversations.
And this fucking
he
guy
spoke
is
with
a
Mr.
lunatic,
Benjamin
man.
Netanyahu, with Mr. Masoud Pezeshkian, and with President Trump. Russia remains ready to provide mediation services if necessary. In particular, the proposals that were previously outlined by President Putin in a previous conversation with President Trump remain on the table. In this regard, Russia's willingness and desire remain. If necessary, all this may be implemented. Of course,
I just don't understand how arming Iran with nuclear weapons is coming to the table to cause a resolution. I don't get it.
It's not gonna cause a revolution. You got basically religious zealots now, and Putin wants to put the bomb in their hands. I hope Putin realizes there's no winner. You know what I mean? Do we have to go back to Matthew Broderick and War Games?
Crazy,
I mean, dude, there's no winner. Nobody wins.
I don't think
nobody wins.
I mean, it's like I forget who sings the song, but it's, hey, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And that's very true.
Yeah.
War does nothing but because here's the thing that I try to explain to people, okay?
I think that was Sly and the Family Stone, actually.
So let's say Israel wins this war, right? Against Iran and against Palestine, okay? Let's say they win it. 1,000 years down the line, Palestine and Iran come together. They become more and more powerful, and they got 1,000 years of resentment against Israel. You see what I'm saying?
They already have. They got 2,000 years of resentment right now.
You get what I'm saying? You don't know where today's actions are going to lead tomorrow. Is what I'm basically getting at.
Well, right now in the near future, they look bad. So looking down 1,000 years, it definitely doesn't look any brighter than it does right now. Again, I'm going to go back to Einstein. I can't tell you what World War III is going to look like, but I assure you World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
And you know who to blame this? All this is to blame on? The Democratic Party. This is all their fault.
It definitely is.
This is all their fault. And the rhinos.
You got
the
the
rhinos. We got
like
the Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham is salivating right now, dude.
So what do you think's worse?
From the mouth.
Oh yeah.
Hatred,
Oh dude, they love it.
warmonger.
Nikki Haley's probably fucking going excited as fuck, going crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
She's
dude,
fucking. She's diddling herself, fucking thinking about this.
Yeah, dude. They love the killing, man. Killing equals money, man.
It's sad, bro. It's sad.
And when you've got people killing in the name of religion too,
yep.
That's just like the hot fudge topping on your sundae, bro.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like, to me, it's like
it's insanity.
I just don't know how to word it, bro. It's like I don't understand these people's thought processes anymore, honestly. I don't understand the Democratic Party's thought process. I don't understand these liberals' thought processes. I don't know how to comprehend it. It's like I get brain rot from listening to them talk.
Well, Eminem said it best. Crazy, insane, insane, crazy. You say Hussein and I'll say shady.
Yep, man.
That's where we're at.
So let's hope that this world war doesn't start like it's seeming it's going to.
It's sure looking that way. We have a civil war happening on our side,
and a world war on a broader scale
happening on the larger scale. Yeah, it's civil war or world war. I'm not sure which one's worse, and I'm not sure which one's better. But I can tell you this: ain't nothing good coming out of either.
Let us know down in the comments below if you made it this far to the video, what you think is going to happen first. Are we going to have a civil war or a world war coming first?
Or both at the same time.
Yep. All right, guys. On that note, though, we are going to end it. I really do appreciate everybody stopping by, checking out the video. Also, make sure to hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe, and smash the notifications. Yes, make sure to do that for us, because it is the free way to help this channel grow as big as possible. And I just want to say thank you to God, because without him, this isn't possible. I'd like to thank my family, Double D, all of you. I really appreciate you guys.
And as always, Bird, thank you for joining me tonight for this episode. I'd also like to thank our audience for sticking around, but most importantly, I'll thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for making this all possible. And with that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.